Gates Adams here on behalf of Apex Trader Funding, and I'm here with Michael today. Michael is one of Apex's more recent paid funded traders. So, Michael, first of all, congratulations on being a paid trader.
Thank you. Thank you very
You're
much.
you're welcome. It's great to have you on here. I appreciate you spending a little bit of time with me today. One of the things that we like to do is kind of give the viewers an idea of what your background in trading looks like. How long have you actually been trading now?
Oh, gee, on and off for probably 30 years.
Oh wow. Okay. So did
A
what
lot of
did
years off in that time, though.
I started about 25 years ago and I had a big gap in between as well. Well,
Yeah.
what did you first start trading?
Currencies, I believe.
Currencies. Okay.
Oh, let's see. No, actually, I read a book by Wade Cook and started trading options,
Did you? Oh, so right off the bat into options.
stock options, long
So
time ago.
so everybody loves options. In fact, a lot of the people that I interview do move into the option space just because of the leverage that it gives you. But then, of course, there's the other side of options, which is all the
Yeah.
Greeks, and there's just a dynamic. So, how did that ultimately transition for you into other instruments? Obviously, currencies at some point, and now futures.
Well, I took several courses in charting and technical
Hmm.
analysis. And it just seems to me that the futures market is way easier to deal with, at least for my brain, than the options or the
Right.
stocks or what else is there?
Currencies.
Currencies. I've
Right.
traded currencies. Yeah, I just seem to do better with futures.
Great.
So I've settled on that. I don't really want to do anything else.
How long have you been trading futures at this point?
I don't remember, probably over 20 years, but
Right.
it's a real on and off thing. Just in the
Sure.
last year, I've really settled on it.
So, what was the trigger that brought you back into trading?
Um, I kind of want to retire,
Yeah.
and I can go get a number of jobs in sales, which is what I've done.
Hmm.
But I'm just kind of burned out on it. I've made real good money, and I just want to retire and kind of be with myself, you know.
Sure. Well, that's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
Um, so, how did you come across Apex?
Wow, I don't remember that either. Somehow I heard about it. Um, One friend of mine that we were always going back and forth told me about Top Step,
Okay.
and I got a few of their accounts.
Hmm.
And then when I saw Apex and their discounts, I think there's just a lot of people. I watch a lot of YouTube videos,
Hmm.
and it's just mentioned in so many YouTube
Right.
videos. You guys are mentioned that you have multiple accounts and this and that and the other thing. And then I saw the discounts, and I'm like, whoa, this is way less expensive
Right.
than any of those other companies.
Now, have you ventured into the world of multiple accounts, or are you still working off of one or
Oh
two
yeah,
accounts? Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm proud to say. Let me brag just a little here.
Do it.
Today, I did better than my average. I did $65 in 11 accounts.
Wow. Okay. That is
I have 12, but one is experimental. That one only made $2.
hey, $2 is still green.
Yeah, we'll take it, right?
Right. Green is green. That's fantastic. Now, were you prior to stepping into that? Were you familiar with prop firms, or did you have any like hesitance or skepticism?
Well, I blew up a bunch of Top Step accounts, and
Yeah.
that got me very familiar with it.
Okay.
But as you probably know, they're way more expensive than Apex. Um,
Yeah.
and so, I didn't want to put any more money into that.
Right.
So I would just, I've been on Ninja Trader for a couple of years
Right.
and have my own account. And I just mostly have been trading sim until I got consistent.
What do you think was the biggest key to getting to a level of consistency for you?
Oh, wow. Shall I say pain and frustration?
You wouldn't be the only one.
It's a great motivator to
Hmm.
get your head together, get focused, and do what really matters.
Hmm.
Um, uh, I really had to admit that I have no idea where the market's going.
Right.
I can identify a trend and get with it and get on it. Um, But hey, those trends can reverse at the drop of a hat. So, you just have to be ready for everything.
Sure.
And you just have to practice, practice, practice. I'm a musician.
Okay.
And so in my worldview, everything boils down to practicing.
It's interesting. You're a musician. You've been in sales. Both obviously are pretty self-paced sort of
Yes,
lifestyles, right?
as is trading.
And self-management and discipline and all of the things that that come from that type of life. How much of that do you think has really played into your success as a trader?
A lot,
Yeah.
a lot. Because I don't know, my brain without training, without the training I've had, just wants to go, oh, I think the market's going up. I'm going to go along with 40 contracts. I'm exaggerating, but, you know, and we don't think about the downside.
Right.
I'm a positive person and I tend not to think about the downside. Well, if you're going to trade, got to think about the downside,
Of course. Of course.
you know?
So if you're talking to a new trader, they're just kind of getting to the point where they're ready to take the step into being a funded trader and working with Apex. What's the biggest piece of advice you give somebody at that point in their journey as they're moving forward?
If they're an absolute beginner, I would say get a trader, an Apex funded account. That way your expenses with NinjaTrader are nil.
Sure.
And trade sim.
Yeah.
Don't even use that account at first until you can go 5, 10 days where you're making money
Right.
on a consistent basis. I don't care how much or how little it is, that you are making money because you can always up the contracts. I trade micros. And when I started, I didn't think I could ever possibly make a living trading micros.
And
The
yet,
FCE, $1.25 a point, and I trade crude, a buck a point. How am I going to make money doing that?
right. But $65 on 11 accounts adds up pretty quick.
Exactly. It's that multiple account strategy that has really kicked in for me.
That's fantastic. That's
You know,
fantastic.
um, you know, uh, uh, especially my sales background. Musicians, we don't get paid very much unless you hit the big time. But my sales background, um, I would get paid a lot of money. And you think about, well, if I make $50 trading, well, I can't live on that,
Right.
but I sure can if I have 10 accounts.
Right.
I did 11 today. 10 times 50, that's 500 a day. That's $10,000 a month.
Right.
And Apex lets you have 20. That would be 20 grand a month.
Right.
Of course, there's that little lag time while you have to qualify and then you have to get past the buffer zone and all that stuff. But that's fine. You're not only proving to Apex that you are good, I'm proving it to myself. And that's really important, to prove to myself that I can do it and what works and what doesn't.
I really think, in my personal opinion, the value of at least having some skin in the game. A lot of times people will trade sim for an extended period of time and they'll take a $10,000 account and pretty soon it's $25,000, $30,000 and they're like, that's it, I'm ready, I'm going to be rich. And they put some money down and all of a sudden things shift.
It works in Skim until you use your own money and then it doesn't work.
Exactly.
I've been there.
I think that the evaluation and the funded account is a perfect bridge to that, where there's at least enough skin in the game where you don't treat it like a video game.
Well, you asked me what I tell a very beginning trader.
Sure.
After trading on Sim for a while, start trading on an Apex account. And like myself, you'll probably blow up 3, 4, 5 of them. Maybe more.
Maybe more.
I've communicated with people that are doing really well and they started out by blowing up 20 accounts.
Right.
Or more, whatever. I didn't blow up that many, but it hurts at the discounted prices you guys have. It doesn't hurt all that much, but it still hurts.
Right.
So yeah, definitely be practicing on the account. We're using Apex's money, or until you qualify, it's probably kind of a sim account in a way.
Yeah.
But still, I paid for it.
Right.
So if I blow it up, I lost money.
Right.
not as
Just
much.
not
So
as
it's an
much as, yeah,
interim between sim and your own money. It's an interim.
right. It's,
And so
yeah.
at this point, I don't see the point of using my own money anymore.
I think a
Doesn't make sense.
lot of people are right there with you. I mean, at some point, they're with 20 accounts. And I mean, look, if we really want to get into scale, if you wanted to go all in with $300,000 accounts and 20 of them, I mean, I don't know how many contracts that is off the top of my head, but that's a lot of contracts if you really wanted to scale to the
Right,
extreme. I
right.
just don't think that there's any real limitation to the opportunity, but you got to figure out what works best for you. I know that one of the biggest challenges that I had early on was the day I went from one contract to two contracts, everything shifted. I didn't have any more money on the game, on the line or anything like that, because but just seeing that P&L on two contracts versus one, there was just this
Right.
big mental gap there that
Yeah.
I had to get there, and one of the steps
Mhm.
to getting there was failing there, and
Yeah.
so this is a very peaceful way, I think, if you will, to be able to make some of those transitions. So
Yeah. The richest traders in the world they all started out failing.
yeah,
If you read their biographies and this and that, I've read a few.
right,
They all started out not doing well.
exactly,
Maybe a few exceptions who are like mathematicians from somewhere and they map everything out. But anyway, yeah. And I did. I blew up some accounts, and then I took my time with some accounts where it took me like 2 months to qualify the
hmm,
first account. It's okay, man. It's
yeah,
okay. Slow build. Slow build is a way to play this game, in my opinion.
slow and steady, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Michael, I sure appreciate you spending a little time with me today. I know
Mhm.
there's been some great nuggets in here, hopefully helpful to some new traders as they're starting to find their path and their way and make their way down their journey. So thanks for
Mhm.
hanging out with me today. I definitely look forward to catching back up with you in a few months and getting an update if you're up for it. See how things are coming along then.
Yeah. You're
Awesome.
very welcome.
Awesome. Sounds great, man. Well, I appreciate it, and we will catch up with you soon.
All right, man. Thank you.
You bet.